Back now with Harry's barn. Harry's going to have a pretty good summer, but it looks of things, unfortunately, we had to scratch Brilliant Corners tomorrow, which is tonight for you. Brilliant Corners had a temperature and a little coughing all weekend. Horses just had too good of a start to risk anything, this year. So, an easy answer for that, we're just going to scratch this horse, and we will focus on moving forward. We'll start with Beef and Cheddar. Beef and Cheddar trained great on Wednesday, I'm told. They were very happy with him. I can't wait to see him go. Now, our buddy Judas James had jumped off the horse, and I believe Louis Philippe Wall will be driving Beef and Cheddar. Nevertheless, if we can stay on the race course and out of the pylons, I suspect Beef and Cheddar will have a pretty good run tomorrow. Braymar's racing tonight. I said to James, listen, we've had some bad luck over the last week. Don't know if you've been watching the races or the chart lines. Now would be the time to cut Braemar loose. If you think that he's ready tonight, he's had a good week, he's been healthy, he trained well on Friday. Now would be the time to shake him up if you think it is appropriate for tonight. So if he warms up good and looks good, I would like to see James let this guy rock a little bit tonight at Georgian Downs. As I said, Brilliant Corners is scratch tomorrow. Cambridge Star, I'm going to actually turn Cambridge Star out. Why? Because I can. He's small, he's a little skinny, trots in 2-3. What's he going to look like when he's a little bit bigger and 150 pounds heavier? We're going to find out. Cambridge Star is going out to the field. Toot sweet. No Free Lunch got interfered with last night and made a break. No shocker there with the luck we've had all week. I'm surprised a Meteor didn't fly and come down and hit him at the 3/4 pole. It's really hard to believe between the post positions. Listen, I don't want to be griping about it. Everybody goes through these things where, just everything doesn't seem like it's going well. It's the same as I said at the opening of the video. Put your head down, work harder, things will come around, and that's the plan here. No Free Lunch. James did say he was a little choppy. That had nothing to do with the break. That was all interference, but James said he was a little choppy. We're going to get him looked at again, and I put it to James. And James is a pretty conservative guy, and you guys know that by now. I said, listen, I'm going to ask you one question. Is he good enough for the Golds? I don't want to hear about anything else. I want you to think about the question I just asked you. I know all the intricacies that go into answering it. I need you to calculate all of them up as the driver and just answer the question. Should he be in the Gold? He said yes. He said, I'm not saying that because I drive him in the Gold. If he can't win, I don't make money. There's other horses I drive in that class. I believe this colt can go with, Trevor's colt looked awesome. Casey's colt looks awesome. But we can't not race because of one horse. And I believe that I left it up to James. It's a pretty simple question. It's as black and white as it gets. Can he do? Is he a Gold colt? And James answered absolutely. It took him a minute, but he answered absolutely yes, he is. So that's where No Free Lunch stays. Northern Blizzard is going to Sarnia next week. I think the Grassroots is in Sarnia on Saturday, so they'll likely scoot him over to Mohawk on Wednesday. I had another plan, but I don't think it'll work. So Northern Blizzard will race next Saturday. For those of you saying, why isn't he in between? Just take your time. There's no rush. I don't want to rush this colt. I believe that he's a nice colt, and I want him to mature and be comfortable on the track. So no, he doesn't need to race week. He raced. I wasn't happy with his race. He was obviously a little bit sick and a little under the weather. We had a splints crowd after that up front. Harry's trained him up. He'll go a good mile probably Tuesday or Wednesday. Wednesday we're going to try and get some more training days. Steve Palermo putting you on the spot right now. Hopefully you can give us some training days on Wednesday. The thought that came into my head was maybe we'll just qualify him Tuesday and race him Saturday, but that's a little hard on him. So Northern Blizzard will be in this week, and then Tipsy and Dixie really looked good to me. I was very impressed with this filly the other day. Harry did a great job with her. James did a great job with her driving her. I was so happy to see him push through. I thought it was on James like. I know. You know what I mean by that. I mean, just no dig on James. I just thought he'd try and back her into the 4-hole. Instead, he pushed on. I was really happy with the way he drove the horse. Again, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I didn't put the 3-year-olds on the bottom of our list again. That one's gone. So let's go there. Capistrano qualified the other day. Was she a little weak? Yeah. But James said she was okay. She scoped clean after. So if she went in 57 with no sign of blood, allergies, or mucus, obviously she wasn't tight enough to go anymore. So when Harry told me that's all she was ready to go, I actually disagreed with him in my head. But he was right. That's all she was ready to go. So Capistrano, I don't know. Do we race her or bring her back for one more qualifier? I'm going to talk to Harry about that today when I reach out to him. I want to know what's going on with Northern Blizzard and how we're going to set up Tipsy and Dixie also. Muscle Chrome, again, I apologize. I asked a lot of patience. There's some horses that I ask a lot of people for a lot of patience, and this is one of them. I know some people have said, one of our clients that follows breeding real well says she's not bred that well. I look at her breeding from a layman standpoint. I think she's fantastically bred. She's got a great attitude. Does that translate into a good broodmare? I don't know. I think, by the end of the year, she's going to put a little money on, but it's going to be red ink, for a little bit of while. I sold horses that are in a better position to make money than Muscle Chrome last week. You know who they were. So, one, I don't think we get anything for her right now. And two, she appears like she's trying, so I'd like to see her move forward. So, Muscle Chrome will stay with us for the foreseeable future. Trafalgar will be in to go next week. Her class simply didn't go. With all the stake races on Friday, it was pushed to Tuesday, and Tuesday it was chopped off, which is so frustrating. But it is what it is. We could have qualified her on Friday had they told us that there was a chance that they weren't going to use it on Tuesday. See, this is where the communication problem is in the industry. I work my butt off to make sure I tell you guys everything, and if I forget something, you ask me and I tell you. Here's an industry where we have horses that aren't getting in. I would have qualified Trafalgar on Friday had I known that class wasn't going on Tuesday. I can't possibly do that. I guess the argument from the racetrack standpoint is maybe they didn't realize they weren't going to use that class until later on, which would have been after the qualifiers. But nevertheless, a bit of a timing snafu there. Certainly nobody's fault. I'm not taking any blame, nor should Harry, over that. Trafalgar probably trained hard in the bike yesterday. I'll talk to Harry about that. She'll train in the bike again on Tuesday and be in to go Friday at Mohawk. She will be short, but she will race. White Tiger is in to go Tuesday. Very excited. I looked quickly the other day. That was the fastest mile of his life off of a layoff. So I was very happy with him. James was happy with him. Do I wish he was a little closer than the planet Mars at the head of the lane? Yes, I do. But I suspect he will be a little bit closer this week. So that is Harry's Barn. We'll be back in a minute with Mario, Jason, and Kevin's.